What is up, guys? We are back with another video, and today it is the video I've been waiting to do, and I know a lot of you guys have been curious. We're gonna go into details of how I was able to afford this car, how I did to buy it, how I got scammed at the dealership, what is the best option you guys have when purchasing a new car, and finally saying our goodbyes to the Camaro. Tomorrow I will be trading it in, taking it to the dealership, taking a loss. I do have to pay some money out of pocket, hopefully not, to get rid of the car. But I'm gonna set you guys up on the hood. I'm gonna grab the paperwork out of the glove box. We're gonna go into details as to how I got scammed and paid $45,000 for this $30,000 car. I also am going to try to give you some advice that will hopefully help you out if you're looking into purchasing a new car, going to the dealership and financing a car, things that you do want to do and things that you don't need to do. First, let me talk to you guys. When I found this car, it was on AutoTrader, which is how a lot of you guys are probably looking for cars. I found it with a $5,000 rebate. It was listed at $29,690, and its original price was $34,690. This is where it's at right here. Alright, so I went into the dealership thinking I was going to purchase this car for $29,690 and take on some interest, about 3 to 4%, because I had zero credit. I was 19 years old. This was going to be my first actual purchase and my first actual true debt. I had no credit card debt. I had no debt whatsoever of any kind, so that I felt like that was going to help in order to finance this car. I did go with my dad in case I needed a co-signer, and his credit score was amazing. His credit score, I believe at the time, was 751. And I'm pretty sure it's still kind of up there. With that in mind, I already knew I was going to walk out of there with some interest. I was kind of hoping for the lower 6%, 7%, or somewhere around the 3s and 5s, because on the website they were saying you could qualify for 0%, but for 0% you have to pay the full asking price of $34,690, and that was something I didn't want to pay. But lo and behold, I get there, I test drive the car, and I'm over the moon. I cannot believe how much better the car looks in person and how quickly I fall in love with it. The guy was asking me if I wanted to go through with the purchase, and I was telling him around what ballpark I wanted to be. For $29,000 financed at 4%, I was looking at about paying $450 a month. That is not including insurance and all the other expenses. That was kind of the ballpark I wanted to sit at. Told him I wanted it between $400 and $500. Anything higher than that, and I wasn't going to be able to do it. And you know the dealership works their magic. You know, they'll start crunching numbers, getting you down to that payment, or at least relatively close to that payment. So we sit down, he runs my credit. Clearly I have no credit. He comes back with an insane payment of $850 a month. That's not even including insurance. And then that's when I told him, can my dad co-sign with me? And so he runs the numbers with my dad, and his credit score helped, but it didn't help up too much because it still put me at a $700 payment. And then his third and final option was like, why don't you just let your father finance it for you? I really wanted the car, so at this point I was willing to do anything. So I was like, okay, go ahead, give us the numbers for him financing the loan. So he goes back, he runs the numbers, and he comes back with a 0% interest for 72 months, but I had to buy the car at $34,000. So I didn't get the $5,000 rebate, which I wanted, and my payments weren't going to be anywhere close to $400 or $500. The payments came back to be at $565. At this point, I was getting ready to get up and walk away. But I went with my sister and I went with my brother, and they were saying, bro, you have no debt. You really want this car. Just go ahead and buy it. So I was kind of peer pressured into getting the car because I really didn't have any debt, and I really didn't have no payment apart from rent with my father. So after agreeing and saying, yeah, let's go ahead with it, the payment was $565 for 72 months with no interest. He takes us to his accountant, and that's where things got a little bit more crazier. The original estimate that he gave us for $565 a month was just for $34,690, just the car by itself. That didn't include the tag, the dealer fees, or the title fees. None of those fees were included in that original estimate. So once we get with his accountant, the price goes up another $25. We were already waiting there for about 2 hours while they were waiting for approval from a bank to approve the loan. I was like, fuck it, let's just go ahead and keep going with it. So let's look at the numbers as to what happened once we reached to that accountant and where I felt like that's where the scam was. After all was said and done, I ended up financing $43,134 with my monthly payment at $599. We started off at $565, but as we were talking to the accountant, he managed to sell us other stuff that I didn't really think we actually needed. This optional gap contract for $800, which I think that's probably the only useful thing he actually sold me. You also have registration, which these are fees you can't get out of. And here's where I really didn't need this. This is the customer service fee for $590. I think that is for your oil change. They're not really free. They already ended up charging your vehicle purchase. And then you got the additional warranty for $3,000, which up to this point I haven't used, and I've had the car for 3.5 years. That's $3,000 down the drain. With all those adjustments, it was an additional $4,431, which brought my total up to $43,134. And remember guys, we started on $34,690 and we ended on $43,134. What is so crazy about it that it really didn't hit me at the time when signing the paperwork. It never really hit me until I got home, had the car for about 2 to 3 days, and had a chance to look at the paperwork and saw what mess I got myself into. After that, I regretted it. I was trying to look for ways out. I was trying to see how I was able to get out of the loan. I was trying to see if I could take the car back. I even contacted the dealer to see if they would take the car back and cancel the loan. They didn't want to do that. I wanted to get out of the loan 5 days after purchasing the car, which is fucking insane, right? After I came to my senses and realized how big of a mistake I made. It's been 3.5 years right now, and tomorrow I'm going to trade the car and I'm going to throw away $22,000. So what is it that I learned from purchasing this car? 1, I will never ever buy a new car ever again. The best route to go, and the best route that I can recommend you, is to get a used car at least 3 to 4 years old, because it has already taken most of its depreciating value. A 10-year-old car is still reliable. There's really no sense in buying a new car when you can get the same exact car that is 3 years older and has all the same features, the same engine. The only difference is that it has 50,000 miles on it. Another thing is, if you are looking at the dealership, even when buying a used car, they try to sell you third-party warranties. I don't recommend you guys get the third-party warranties. I don't recommend you get it. It's gonna be minimum $3,000 and it can go up to $5,000. In the span of your loan, in the span of your 5 to 6 year loan, you're probably not going to be spending $3,000 in repairs unless you wreck the car, and that's where insurance comes in and covers that. So I've had this Camaro for 3.5 years. I've paid $3,500 for extended warranty, and I have not used it once. Had I not gotten the warranty, I would probably only be needing to come out of pocket about $500. Man, it's a life lesson, to be quite honest. I'm never again going to be buying a new car. But anyways, let's say goodbye to the Camaro, one of the biggest mistakes of my life so far. Let me give you guys a quick little update. Unfortunately, I was unable to get rid of the Camaro the way that I planned to get rid of it. You want to know what these dealers actually offered me? They offered me $15,500 for the Camaro when I could easily get $20,000 to $19,000 if I was to sell it privately. It's absolutely insane. but I will be listing it up on Auto Trader. I don't want to waste my time on Craigslist. You got a lot of people that want to talk and not buy when you list it on Craigslist, and you get a lot of spam calls from dealers trying to buy it off of you. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I'm gonna keep the car hopefully for a month and no longer than that, because I do need to get rid of it as soon as possible. So the content for the Z is going to be on a hold until I get rid of this car, because the money that I'm paying monthly for this car is actually the money I was going to use to modify the Z. I'll go ahead and let the past Josue close out the video. But that's going to be it, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Please drop the video a like, subscribe if you haven't. Comment down below your thoughts on what you guys think. How I really did get scammed, or was that just a stupid mistake by me? And remember, the best preparation for tomorrow is doing your best today. Deuces.
Yeah, man, the world needs better laws. Maybe then we'll be better off. I'm hoping that it comes, but it never does.